Let's bring in a senator who serves on the Judiciary Committee, Democrat Peter Welch of Vermont. Senator, thanks for being with us. First, your reaction to Pam Bondi as Trump's new attorney general pick.
Well, the conversation really raises the big question. There's no question that whoever the attorney general is will be loyal to Trump. The question is, will they also be loyal to the Constitution and the rule of law? And the big worry that I have, and I think America should have, is whether there's a real intention on the part of President Trump to follow through on his threats during the campaign and before, as to weaponize the Justice Department and go after political adversaries like Harris, like Pelosi, like Adam Schiff, maybe Biden. So that's the real question, and that's the area of inquiry that I think all of us on the Judiciary Committee have to focus on. Will this appointee serve the Constitution, even as we all know she'll be loyal to Donald Trump?
We just heard Bondi in that clip in 2023 warning that if Trump returns to the White House, people who investigated Trump or prosecuted Trump would get investigated or prosecuted themselves. She's already said that out loud. How do you think that threat holds up to a Senate confirmation process? Do you see others in the other party among your body pushing back on that and providing a guardrail to prevent it from actually happening?
Well, my hope is they will, because the focus of attention here will be, does the awesome power of the Attorney General be used basically to protect the Constitution, or to cross this line that we haven't crossed in this country before, where you go after your political adversaries? And there's just been an immense amount of discussion by her and, of course, by President Trump. So that's got to be a serious line of inquiry. My hope is my Republican colleagues who care very much about the rule of law will be seeing this as a serious question, as opposed to just some idle speculation or loose talk by the president.
At the end of the day, did all the Gates drama end up making it an easier path for some of President-elect Trump's other controversial picks, like Pete Hegseth or RFK Jr. for HHS or Tulsi Gabbard for DNI?
No, I don't think so. I really disagree with that clip, because what I saw, and I'm heartened by this, is that Gates pulled out because he ran into opposition from Republican senators. He didn't even talk to a single Democrat. And what that indicated to me is that my colleagues on the Republican side, who are going to play the major role here because they have the votes, are going to take seriously the constitutional responsibility we have in the Senate for advice and consent. And I think they care about the Defense Department and whether that is going to be well run. They care about Commerce. They care about all of these agencies. And I think what you'll see is that the nominees will be given the benefit of the doubt, but not a blank check. And I think all of us know, and I hope my Republican colleagues as well, yes, Trump is a disruptor, but you can't appoint somebody who's going to destroy the institution itself. So I have confidence that we're going to give a real serious hearing to each of these nominees. And it's not as though we got rid of Gates, so, clear sailing for everybody else.
Pete Hegseth, up for defense secretary, he met with Republican senators yesterday as that police report tied to a 2017 sexual assault investigation was made public, which sparked a mixed reaction among some of your GOP colleagues. Watch.
Well, it's a pretty big problem, given that we have we have a sexual assault problem in our military. This is why you have to go through the scrutiny. I'm not going to prejudge him, but yeah, it's a pretty concerning accusation.
He's very qualified to do the job, and he should do the job. And it was an unfortunate situation that took place, that he was accused of doing something that I don't believe he did.
Gates ultimately decided he didn't want to go through the process. But if you have a nominee who wants to, I would say let him testify, and let's not make judgments and reach conclusions until they've had a chance to testify.
We should say prosecutors never brought charges against Hegseth, but police thought there was enough evidence to send to prosecutors. Years later, Hegseth paid a settlement to his accuser without admitting guilt. What's the potential impact of this police report on Hegseth's confirmation, and what's your big takeaway from what we just heard among the Republicans in your body?
Well, I think Senator Hawley really stated it. We don't know, but we will be inquiring about that. And I think it also goes to the question of Hegseth saying there's no place for women in combat. You know, the military has a proud tradition of actually leading about integration in issues of inclusion in our society. They were the first to integrate, and that is a proud tradition in our Army. And women in combat, 21% of the combat roles are women. And my colleague, Senator Tammy Baldwin, helicopter pilot, lost both legs. Talk to her about women in combat. And then the other question with him is competence. Yes, he's a Fox News commentator, and that's what apparently is a major job qualification for President Trump. But does it really prepare you to lead this extraordinarily large organization, $800 billion budget? So the competence question, I think, is going to be of concern on both sides of the aisle.
Well, some of your colleagues who do support him have pointed to his military experience, although point noted that he has not led the military or other agencies in any kind of capacity as a leader. Thank you so much, Democratic Senator Peter Welch. We appreciate your time today.